Okay, so
for them.
I don't think we got a handy dandy trailer for this. I think they spent all their marketing money to put the trailer for the other side. But we do have a website here for Legends of Mara. So we have this topic to get to, and then we will get into the top 10 biggest NFT flops in history. And I'm interested in y'all's take on that. So, Legends of Mara, we got a poster that essentially had like a really, well, I would call it like a, what's the Uma Thurman movie from back in the day?
Kill Bill, Poison
It had
Ivy.
that Kill Bill like anime kind of manga esque storytelling. I can go back and pull up that original poster, but really no information, as is the Yuga, way. So here last night we got a Legends of Mara announcement from the other side, introducing Legends of Mara, a 2D experience with its own companion collection. Claim your vessel, discover its potential, and forge your path. Other deeds with the coda will be able to decouple in advance of the game launch. You can go into the website, and TLDR here, what's happening is codas are essentially getting a little bit of utility. So land with codas is going to get a little bit crazier when it comes to the floor price.
So clearly the codas are the aliens coming, like the asteroids. That's a coda.
What you'll see here, they'll explain it. They're just getting to that explanation in the lore. So with the changing of the season, shades find their vessels. A crop of new Mara interrupts into the other side. The Mara are important, right? The vessels descend. The vessel shower is sacred to the codas. One vessel will fall upon every other deed in existence. Shades find vessels. During the shower, the glowing obelisk wakes the shades. These spirits glide across the landscape, each one claiming a vessel for shelter. Some vessels are more hospitable than others. Those that reject their shelter seekers and rupture can become corrupted. Handle them with extreme caution. I think this has to do with like the activity, because I think everybody's going to get something dropped on the other side land. But again, making sure that people participate, I think, and they'll incentivize that participation. All right, so here's where it gets interesting, because each of these vessels essentially turns into what is called, I believe, Kodamara. So 3 types of vessels are hospitable to shades: enchanters, farmers, and hunters. The Mara hatch, and then here we go. So the Mara's abilities derive from its vessel type. So you see enchanters have grants buffs and bonuses. Farmers harvest fragments from other deeds, and hunter vessels fend off violent threats to other deeds. So right there, these two interest me, right? So you're farming resources with the farmer, and you're defending what they're saying are going to be attackers to other deeds. Mara's evolution is tied to a celestial coordinate system. Seasonal catalyst. You essentially have like evolutions that will take place. So we're getting into this complexity chasm, Gift Dead, in multiple ways with the Legends of Mara here. Sediment fragments which can be fed to Mara are derived from an other deed's sediment. Genesis codas and farmer Mara can be attached to the other deeds to harvest this. A coda Mara's traits are affected by the fragment and ingested as a Mara. Any questions up to this point?
I'm gonna have to like read through this multiple times because there's so much to it, but like man,
I should have got a coda.
TLDR. Yeah, I don't want to be like simping hard for Yuga, but dude, they literally just did a highly complicated, successful product demo of the Other Side Second Trip, and they're immediately rolling out this incredibly look at the quality in just the website. Like, look how deep the art is, all the different moving parts, how like, dude, this is beautiful. New collections coming as part of this, new parts of the story and the lore to be discovered that are all interactive, has a whole new game part of it. Like, you're learning more about the other deeds and about the codas through this.
Yep. Dude. That part really interests me. So I knew this was going to be exciting for you. The other thing is, like, ApeCoin price actually reacted positively to this drop because it wasn't announced. I feel like Yeah, although we did get that again poster, but no, there was no date, I don't think, about the Legends of Mara. So they just dropped this, and ApeCoin, while the rest of the market kind of fell, did some positive things over the night. But here, so Harry Liu, this guy, he's from Animoca Brands. He's growth at Animoca there. He kind of broke this down. So he did it like in simplistic terms. So I'll kind of see if I can pull anything from here. So obviously the other DT holders are getting now another drop of value here in vessels. Any other deed holder can participate. Each Voyager will be able to claim a vessel NFT for each other deed owned. After the claim, to play, you will need at least one other deed in addition to a Coda or an Apprentice Mara. A vessel, and you can see that that was basically what premiered in the trailer. Essentially, the large asteroids were these vessels. Each other deed holder will have the ability to claim a vessel during the claim period. Each vessel will have one of three functions assigned: hunting, farming, or enchanting. This is important, right?
I got three other deeds. I hope I get one of each. I'll say that.
What the fuck is Amara? Amara is an otherworldly creature that emerges from the vessel. They are nascent workers able to perform only simple tasks. The three different types of Mara that will emerge from the vessels will match their vessel's role. Let me read that again. The three different types of Mara will match their vessel's role. So you basically, again, three types. He's just kind of repeating that.
Well, I think this is just the like mint mechanic, right? So you get a vessel.
So
and those hatch into a Mara.
Oh,
and so
see, this is the simple ass plays. These are the simple ass plays that, looking back, what we've talked about this with Polygon, we've talked about this with potentially ApeCoin, we talked about some other projects, Moonbird's Doodles, all at these levels. This is a great example of this. Like, there were all of these signs that Codas were going to be important. And look at what he says here. Codas are the primary keepers of the other side. They have the natural ability to hunt, enchant, and farm at a far greater power level than a Mara or a Coda Mara. So, full stop. Codas are going to actually like be producing some type of revenue. I wouldn't say revenue generating, but resource generating activity there. So that's one that looks. Go ahead.
And aren't those things pretty tightly linked when you're talking about a crypto native, blockchain native metaverse, right? So resources that are on a blockchain equals some kind of potential revenue.
Yeah, it does. They have to be careful with that, but it could potentially mean that, yeah. A Coda can be assigned to another deed to perform any of these functions, all three or one at a time. If assigned to be hunters, Codas with weapons and mega Codas will see their traits employed in battle. Oh my god. Oh man, I need a Coda. Legend of Mara will be driven by the Celestial Odiac and is a persistent 2D experience. Persistent 2D experience. That's important. That means that will be in basically a never, almost like an MMO like feel. That's what I get from that. Persistent meaning it's always going to be a live server. That will allow you to evolve your Mara into Coda Mara, farm sediment, and defend your other deed from emerging threats. More stories.
Sounds like legacy support.
Yeah. Sounds like the offer legacy support. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, which is hopeful. I mean, good. Again, we're already here planning out our like 300-year plans and trajectories for our collections.
It's just super edits.
So yeah, that legacy support is going to be key for these bags 300 years from now. But I'm still thinking about the fact that if the serums are basically worthless, this is all really cool, man. And again, like there's been so much speculation, so many questions, and to see the way that they're rolling this out. So again, it's the execution is just absolutely amazing. And it doesn't seem like okay, when the other deeds dropped and they did it all at the same time and they burned all that money, that was a bad execution. Other than that, across all the different things that they've done, like it's hard for me to think where they've gone wrong. I mean, you were upset. Okay. Recently with the tiers, that was like questionable. That was a tough one.
The sewer passes, yeah.
The sewer pass tiers. that was questionable. But the quality of the storytelling, at least, is just freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like tokenomics are hard, minting is
So,
hard. There's things that are kind of out of your control sometimes with some of that. So, I'm trying to give them a little bit of grace maybe, but like, dude, the storytelling and the way that they've rolled out these different aspects, the different parts of the stories, the different character arcs, or like the different mechanics is just phenomenal.
it really is. It really is. And we see a response in the floor prices on the other deeds right now. So this is over the last 7 days. You can see literally today, you can see that floor price moving up. A lot of activity there. People speculating on which sediment that they basically which other deed they want, and then
Those
these
are
gonna,
coda sales.
Yep,
Yeah.
these are the coda sales up here. Yep. So the coda sale, the lowest coda sale was 12, but it looks like an average of like 14, which I don't know what the coda sales were. Let's like even zoom out, see when the last coda sale was. I'm assuming.
I
I don't
think
know.
they've been
This is all
around that
wonky.
like I think they've been around that like 13, 14 mark for a
Okay.
little while.
Man, well, you know what really grinds my gears? The collections that have multiple traits in them. This shit pisses me off so much. I can't even look. I can't even look at the 12 ETH. I don't know what the floor is on here, so that's unfortunate. But not sure
Well,
what the
wait, go
coda.
back. Try going back and turning off the wash trading filter. Oh, and turn on outliers.
Okay, so
Look at
let's
that.
zoom down here.
There you go. NFT Go's got it. You just gotta know where to look.
Can this move down? I'm so confused. You know what? My computer's like being destroyed. I would love to know what the other deeds moved into. Like specifically the codas, I think were being sold for like 12. It was like 10 to 11 ETH, and then people were assuming like, hey, right now, and here I'll throw this out to you. And the easy in crypto, yes, you should have picked up that deed a while back. Another one that seems a little bit less of a home run call because again you don't know exactly the value at 100,000 supply. But maybe if you get a dope other deed that apparently has the traits, we'll know. But the codas seem like a dub. Like that was so easy to call.
Yeah, I mean that's a crazy thing about this too. Like what we're watching with this price action is the supply on this is huge.
Yeah.
And they've got a lot of assets just in the Bored Apes ecosystem. Not even like all the other Yuga assets that are doing really well right now.
Yeah.
To be supporting this kind of floor and then seeing this level of positive action, dude, they're fucking killing it, man.
This Legend of Tomorrow definitely highlights it though, because again, like you said, the other side drop or the other side second trip was this weekend, and then they right afterwards, 2 days, 3 days, they come out with this big release on Mara.
And dude, again, like my humble opinion of how the second trip went, it was that it was a big success. And like there's so many things that can go wrong with these types of tech demos. And overall, it was flawless from my experience. Like yeah, I know some people had some kind of tech issues. Like a lot of that was probably user error or their machines couldn't keep up. But like I played it on a freaking laptop and it was smooth as heck. So I don't know, man. Just understanding how tough this is. They had 7,200 people in there.
It's dope to see them have like one back-to-back dubs, right? Like the sewer passes was definitely a dub, I thought, but it was kind of a 50-50 split in my opinion on the sentiment. People were like, it was a bad game, like nothing was there, and like it cost so much money to participate. This just seems like two dubs back to back.
I see it as
nice.
back to back to back to back because like I'm like ape staking, Dookie Dash, sewer passes, second trip, Gucci, multi-year partnership, and now another game right on the heels of all of this. Just getting like,
yeah, I'm interested in the persistent aspect too. We've seen some alluviums come out and have like farming with alluvium 0, so they have some persistent aspects of that, and we will we will be following Legends of Tomorrow release.